Introduce Simon Baker, who is a craniosacral therapist who works in London with a lot of experience of tinnitus. And I'd just like to start off by asking what your background is with tinnitus.
So I worked in music for 20 years as a music producer, a DJ, and then in the end an audio engineer as well. So obviously my ears were very important to me. For the last 10 years of my career, I developed tinnitus, and it became progressively worse, mostly because of my lifestyle at the time. I was doing a lot of travelling, I was going out, I was partying a lot with the DJ side of things, of my life. And when I sort of reached my late 30s, I went through a time in my life where I wasn't too happy with my work life. I had a breakup. And a lot to do with my work life. That was the breakup, and I just went through quite a dark time. And in that dark time, my tinnitus levels went through the roof, effectively, and I started to seek help as to why this had happened, and also what I could do about it. So I put the word out, actually on my Facebook, asking if anybody knew anybody that could help me with my tinnitus. And somebody came forward and suggested Craniosacral Therapy, which I'd never heard of at the time, but turned out to be the life-changing thing that I needed.
How did it help you?
From the very first session, little be known to me that my stress levels were up here. My nervous system was on maximum, and it helped me in the sense that it turned me down as a person. Initially from the very first session, I left that session completely exhausted. I slept for like 15-16 hours
Really?
afterwards. Yeah, it was a really, really powerful, profound session. I didn't know what this guy had done to me. All he'd done is put his hands on my spine and my feet and my head, and I was a bit blown away by it. And it kind of, at the time I was thinking, well, what is this? Is it some sort of crazy voodoo or something? But after understanding what it was, and realising, it's a lot based around your nervous system and the way that stress levels and all of that, then it began to make more sense to me.
How long was it before your tinnitus started reacting? Did it happen
So
immediately?
it was quite immediate that my tinnitus softened, but it wasn't until probably a good few weeks. I'd say maybe 2 or 3 months later. I would suggest that I would say it was about a few years ago now, but I think probably about 5 or 6 sessions before I stopped thinking about it like I used to. And even though I was going to see him for tinnitus, all these other things were changing in my life as well. So I was just becoming a bit calmer. I had more clarity. I had more time to think. Lots of different things were happening, and it kind of led me on to wanting to find more of that. So I started meditating as well at the same time. So for me, it was a combination of meditation and craniosacral therapy that brought me down to this more balanced state where my tinnitus softened to the point of me not being affected by it anymore.
So has it gone yet, or do you have a low level, or
a super low level tinnitus, and to where it doesn't affect my life? I went through this sort of severe stage of it being probably maybe a year and a half, 2 years, where it was peaking. And it's like maybe 10-15% of that now. So it does come back, and it comes back when I've gone into a noisy club and gone near a speaker, or if I've been out drinking a lot, or if I've just had I've not been looking after myself, or if I've just had a really stressful day, and it comes back. But I can manage it now. I can take it away by doing self help things.
So it's at a much better level now.
Much better level, where I might notice it a few seconds in a day.
Wow, gosh, that's good going.
Yeah.